Over 700 years of mountain farm history makes us who we are today, and we are looking forward to many more years to come, together with you. We would be happy to tell you more about our small mountain farm that has now become the farm hotel Moosmair in the 7th generation, and an agriculture that is growing and thriving alongside the farm hotel. Max welcomes you at the Moosmair Farm Hotel, and Sophia welcomes you at the farm. Ahornach used to be known as the granary of the Castle of Taufers. Thanks to its sunny location, the land in Ahornach, of which a large part belonged to the Moosmair farm, was used for growing grain. Rye, barley, wheat and oats were cultivated and served as the farmer's livelihood. The Moosmair farm, which is over 700 years old, was a purely self-sufficient farm for a long time. In addition to working in the fields and harvesting grain, there was of course also haymaking, which is still done today. Valuable hay was harvested by hand to feed the animals during the harsh winter, and it has always been understood that spreading the animals' manure was very valuable for lush meadows. The animals that were kept at the Moosmair farm were all an important source of food and labor. The milk of goats and cows were used to make butter and cheese, which would make the precious milk longer lasting. Due to the proximity to the church, the farmer's desire for fellowship and the occasional glass of wine and beer, a small tavern was built at the Moosmair farm around 1840, which over time established itself as the center of the village and laid the foundation for tourism for today's farm hotel. In the years that followed, people were tired of the hard work in the fields and saw that tourism on the farm was a lucrative source of income, which in turn was given increased attention. A few guest rooms were added to the farm, and the small tavern of that time consolidated its position as the center of the village, where negotiations took place, where almost all village weddings were celebrated, and even soldiers were saying goodbyes before being sent off to war. In the post-war period, it was mainly German tourists who enjoyed their vacations here. What was special back then was that there was no road to Ahornach, and guests had to walk up the last 20 minutes to reach us. Their suitcases were delivered by a small ropeway, which belonged to the neighbor. The former Moosmair farm then developed into a small insider tip in the mountains, where happy holidaymakers can let their souls dangle, and where the 700-year history of the farm shapes our actions every day. The values of our ancestors are deeply rooted within us, and our walls tell stories of a farm that became our farm hotel. And what about agriculture? Of course, the farm is still in the immediate vicinity of the farm hotel Moosmair, and Sophia is enthusiastically working on new projects and brings new and fresh ideas to the farm. The cows get raised in harmony with nature and produce high-quality meat. Wild herbs are carefully collected and processed into unique products, and a small farm store welcomes all people who appreciate quality over quantity. Curious visitors can also participate in workshops and learn ancient craftsmanship and experience the wonderful world of permaculture.